Yu-Gi-Oh! Mint.com is now TradingCardMint.com. Please check out their selection of over 20,000 cards with prices cheaper than TCG Player.
Alright, what is up YouTube? I'm Cardfight here. We are with our friend on our phone here that doesn't want to say anything.
Nope.
We're going to be looking at new standardized OTT. For this channel, we'll probably have standard 10 or 11 grade 3s Nova Grappler. You remember what the list was?
Nope.
Okay, well anyway, there's a...
That's lost in the department.
There's a really large number of grade 3s, the Nova Grappler deck, we'll have on this channel. We also need to learn the back end of standard. But we're going to be looking at new OTT today, for those of you that kind of are like, oh, how did the deck evolve with the new Battle Sister? So guys, please check out our friends at TradingCardMint.com down below in the description. Enter MCOL40, save your guys' subs a little bit of money on checkout, and I think your guys' lives will be a little bit better because of that. So as I said, we're going to be looking at new OTT. Not a lot has changed in this variant from the past one, but there's still a couple of things worth noting. Also, do you know how your matchups versus Tachikaze and Mega Colony are, the new stuff?
No.
I believe your matchup against Tachi, you just kind of burn them out.
Yeah, their attacks don't really do too much. You just perfect guard the Vanguard. Their rear guards aren't too terribly big.
Spike Brothers is very aggro heavy.
Yeah, Spike Brothers just has a hard time dealing with, I feel, because they're just big numbers consistently.
And then Mega Colony, we don't know how the stun aspect goes yet, because we haven't had time to test that. Kagero, if you just slap everything on the Vanguard when you play against this deck, you'll beat it. We don't know how the Nova Grappler match for the new stuff is yet. And Royal Paladins is kind of Royal Paladin.
It's 50-50 against Royal.
I think Royal's a lot better than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
Like, if you play it very aggro and stuff at the beginning, you'll be able to take advantage of just better matchups. So we're playing 4 copies of Daughter. There's no reason not to be playing this card, because this is honestly the best thing you have. Basically break red, ping your opponent for extra pressure. Seems pretty good to me. There's not really much else to really add about this, honestly. It's honestly the best goddamn card this deck has next to Deer. Thanks. 4 copies of CEO. Same logic here. We still are on the 10 grade 3 hype train. You really can't deviate from this formula.
I tried 11. 11's not terrible either, but I just like 10.
Well, it comes down to
how bad you want to see the Deer, honestly.
Yeah, because you're not going to cut either of these.
Yeah, these are staple at 4s of each. So
you kind of just decide however else you want. And plus, the Protect Gift markers are actually just insane value for your deck, except for when Waterfall's coming in. Alright, now we're on 2 copies of Deer. You said you've tested 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was what'd you cut for the 3rd? Just another grade 2 or something?
It was one of the grade 1s.
Okay. So, I mean, you can go to 11. Kind of sucks if you have to red the Deer.
Not terribly. I mean, he still gives a marker. It's just dead. You'd rather be on CEO, which gives you card advantage every turn if you don't have the extra ride.
I mean, Stranger Things, you can still trigger it on Vanguard Circle.
Yeah. Like, well, that's what you do, is after you ride your Imperial Dollars and stuff, you just slam the Deer on the Vanguard and go.
Have you had a really weird scenario where you've got, like, CEO on the Vanguard Circle, you ride this to have the 3 to Soul Blast?
Stranger Things have happened.
Fair enough. I don't know, this card, like...
It's a really good finisher. Like, even if you don't hit the crits, it's still 10k to every unit, so your units are just coming in big.
Fucking huge. Now, this build is different from the previous iterations of it, because we recently just got some hot new support. So, this is Battle Sister... How do you pronounce her name? Torte?
Tortilla.
Tortilla. This recently just came out of shop promos. So, for 10 cards in hand, which actually isn't that hard.
It's not that hard.
You were a non-believer.
I was against this to begin with, because I didn't think you'd get to 10 that easily, but after your Vanguard attacks, you use all your on attack to draw and filter and that kind of stuff, it's actually not that difficult to get to 10.
So when you have 10 cards in hand, she gains 10,000 and critical +1. This deck actually needed a means to pressure the opponent, much like Waterfall does and some of the other rearguards Kagero has.
Just so much better than Tom.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
the pressure of 2 crit and just forces the guard out of their hand as well as against.
What was the other one besides Tom that you could play in Standard?
It was like the Yellow Witch Mimi or whatever. It's a top checker, which I don't really like in this deck.
I think some builds you can play 4 of this, but
I like 3.
3 seems to be a-okay.
Yeah, like this is. It's not. You're not always gonna have 10. That's why you have the other ones in your deck that are just better beaters. This is just more of a situational beater.
I mean, you get the pressure, you get the pressure. Like, that's the point. 4 copies of Promised Daughter.
Yeah, this is still our best grade, too. Hands down.
Honestly, yeah. Fucking watching me attack this and cry myself to sleep. Just why does it have to be immune to Kagero's hits? Like, I don't get it.
Be immune to just retire.
This is your new Spice, actually.
No, I've always played her.
Well, her with... her.
Well, I mean, this hand
good.
filters. If this was just a draw 1, then it would be insane. But it's a draw 1, ditch 1, and then she gets 6. And then if you're on grade 3, you can scry 1, which is always good.
Not much else to really say about her.
No.
I don't know. I just like her because combined with this, just like go get the draw trigger, know where the draw trigger is. Like that's kind of what I noticed. And then another new addition that you're playing for grade 1s. This is a new one of.
So this is what I cut the other deer for. This is just an emergency if I need cards in hand. As well as it's also, if I just have a bunch of grade 3s in my hand, I can just draw 3 and then at the end of the turn just ditch all the dead 3s I don't need.
Literally just counterblast 1, retire this, draw 3 cards, discard 3 cards at the end of the turn. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know a few people will be against this, but like you said, like, fuck it.
It's a tech.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it can just hand filter if need be.
And it's an axe, so you can at least have it as a booster for a little while.
Yeah.
So, this card's actually not that bad. I mean, you do have spare counterblast. 4 copies of this. This card is still as good as it ever has been. I did notice, though, like, filtering doesn't really seem to kind of come up as much anymore for this.
It's just for when you ride on top of it to draw 1 is really good.
And an 8K booster, fuck it.
Yeah.
How are you liking 3 copies of Babies at the moment?
The counter charge is actually needed. This is honestly our best way to counter charge, and it's still an 8K booster.
Yeah, I noticed. It seemed like a couple of times that Babies were needed for counter charging when we were playing.
Yeah. Because you're counterblasting nearly every turn for either CEO or Imperial, and then on top of that, for your other grade 2, if you want to use her skill, it eventually catches up.
Yeah. Counterblast denial is a thing, though.
Yeah.
So,
especially when you leave the Promised Daughter on the board. This swing the hell out of it.
This is something else I'm seeing you're testing at the moment.
I actually really like these. Early game, we normally can't throw anything down. This is honestly just the perfect unit just to throw down, draw a card, get 6K, swing in for 11, and then if they kill it, you don't care.
Yeah, because it was
It's
self-replacing.
served its purpose.
This is also just additional nightmare fodder for the Battle Sister Tortilla.
Yeah, just the super column.
Alright, nothing else really to that. I don't know, like when we were testing, like this came
You
up.
resolve that once or twice, like you're in a good position.
I seen you do it twice in one game. I was like, 2 copies of this.
So this is needed for the OTT mirror. This is how we power through their hand because the Promised Daughters, or is it Promise or Imperial? I don't know. It was when you ride the Imperials.
Yeah.
It pushes 41K, which is a big number for them to guard, especially then after that you combine it with the deer turn, which is then even higher.
Oh god, that would be 61?
Should be. No.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
No, trigger lineup is a little bit more basic.
It's all we have.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go play more draws, but you need the 8 crits.
Yeah.
So this is all we have.
Literally.
That's all you got.
I don't see why you'd want to play more draws considering your deck just turbos as well as it does.
Yeah.
And then the starter.
You gotta play waifu.
Oh, absolutely. Outside of that, like I said, so far testing between this build and a few of the other standard decks we've got.
I've actually started like this build a lot better than the older one I was playing with the Toms and all that.
Yeah, because
like,
Tom's booty in standard.
I didn't like the top checkers because you would end up writing CEO, user skill CB1 top check. Oh cool, it's a trigger. Cool, I don't want to call those grade 1s and grade 2s now because they're not going to serve any purpose.
That's true.
And then you top check with the Imperial, so there's honestly no point for him. I'd rather have the other units that do something.
I think the original purpose was in case you didn't get to something good, you could at least check a second time.
Yeah, well, normally that doesn't always happen, but if I don't get something good, then my grade 2 can also filter.
That's true. Alright guys, please check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. That's all we have for this video, guys. Like I said, enter Uncle 40 on checkout and save you guys yourself a little bit of money. Peace out.